The film begins with a woman named Anna, who is awakened early by her son, Gene, so he can get ready for swimming practice. He asks her to take the day off from work because he has an underwater diving test, a test he has been training for nonstop for the past 2 days. Anna wakes up but hears a strange sound outside the house. When she opens the window, she discovers that rain is falling with unusual intensity. Anna moves to prepare breakfast for her son, and at the same time she calls her mother as she does every day to check on her. She learns that the area where her mother lives is also experiencing heavy rain, and Anna believes it is just a strong storm that will last for some time. She tells her mother that she will not go to work that day, ends the call, and returns to preparing breakfast. Suddenly, Anna notices that water is flooding the apartment floor in a strange manner. When she looks out the window, she sees huge waves sweeping through the area, submerging everything around. Confusion and astonishment show on her face, and at the same moment, an alarm sounds from the building management, warning residents of a massive flood. It announces that water has reached the 3rd floor and instructs all residents to immediately move to the upper floors to save themselves. The management also informs them that the electricity has failed, disabling all elevators, so residents must use the stairs. Anna moves quickly, gathering some clothes for herself and her son in preparation for escape. Suddenly, she receives a call from a police officer named Joe, who tells her that he has been assigned to protect and rescue her. He asks her to leave all her personal belongings behind and focus solely on getting to the upper floors with her son until he can reach them. Here, it is revealed that Anna is a doctor specializing in artificial intelligence and natural disaster prediction, which explains her initial astonishment, as such a catastrophe should have been predicted in advance. However, she does not dwell on this. She takes her son's medication, puts it in a small bag, carries Gene on her back, and rushes out. Anna is shocked to see water surrounding her on all sides, with people fleeing their apartments in panic, trying to reach the upper floors, causing severe congestion on the stairs. Residents discover that a simple obstruction is blocking the way above, and they are unable to move forward. Anna takes her son and heads quickly to the emergency stairs at the end of the building, beginning to climb while trying to reassure Gene so that he does not fear the terrifying scene. The boy sees people floating in the water, struggling to survive. Anna continues singing to distract him and climbs rapidly, but she is shocked to find the emergency stairs blocked by items placed by neighbors. She attempts to climb along the edge, but her feet slip, almost causing her to fall, forcing her back to the main stairs. At that moment, Anna sees Officer Joe in the building across searching for her. She calls out and signals to show him her location. Suddenly, she realizes that her son has disappeared. She spots him entering a neighbor's apartment and rushes after him, only to be confronted by massive waves crashing toward them. The water shatters the windows and floods the apartment completely. Anna recalls an old memory of being in a car with her husband as it plunged into the water and sank. She quickly snaps out of the memory and begins diving underwater to search for her son. Unfortunately, she loses the medication bag during the dive. She surfaces briefly to catch her breath, then dives again, searching among the bodies of the drowned. Eventually, she finds Gene, but he is unconscious. She tries to revive him to no avail and attempts to open the apartment door to escape, only to find it locked. At that moment, Anna is on the verge of losing consciousness, but Joe suddenly appears, opens the door, and rescues her and her son. They emerge from the water, and Joe manages to revive Gene so he regains consciousness. Anna hugs him tightly, trying to calm him. Joe then records a report stating that he has saved Dr. Anna and her son Gene and is on his way to evacuate them from the building. Joe tells Anna that they need to reach the roof, where a plane will arrive in moments to take them to safety. As they ascend the stairs, Gene tells his mother that he remembers the old accident when the car fell into the water and his father died. Anna immediately interrupts him, continuing to sing to distract him from finishing the story. During the climb, Anna notices that the water is salty, although it should be rainwater. Joe explains that a small planet collided with the polar continent, causing the ice to melt and mix with seawater. He informs her that all of Japan has been submerged, meaning the 30-story building they are in will soon be underwater. Anna is astonished and asks how experts did not predict this disaster. Joe replies that they were aware but could not prepare adequately. He further tells her that the world will collapse today, humanity will be completely destroyed, and her mission is to create a new human race, which is why he has come to save her. He reminds her that she is one of only 2 people who developed the human emotion system using artificial intelligence. He explains that the project director, Hyun, disappeared and was assumed dead after a long search, making Anna the last remaining hope. Joe also tells her that the laboratory has created human-like bodies with intelligence and the ability to reproduce, and the only remaining task is to implant the human emotion system within them. The entire mission depends solely on her, and she will learn the rest of the details upon arriving at the company. At that moment, Gene asks his mother to use the bathroom. They enter an apartment and Gene goes inside. Joe informs the command center that they are on the 15th floor, but from his conversation, it is evident that he is hiding something and does not want to disclose it, especially since Anna is cooperating with him without pressure. After the call, Anna takes the device from Joe and calls her mother to check on her. Her mother informs her that she has managed to reach one of the upper floors of the building where she lives. Her mother tells her that she sees no hope of surviving amidst this disaster and asks her not to worry about her, focusing only on saving herself and her son. Anna says goodbye, crying, and ends the call with a heavy heart. At that moment, Gene comes out of the bathroom, and suddenly the gas pipes explode due to the rising water pressure. Joe quickly grabs them and tries to find any way to escape before the entire place catches fire. They have no choice but to flee through the balconies. While attempting to cross, Anna loses her balance and falls into the water, but she quickly rises to the surface and grabs a plastic board to stay afloat. She reassures her son that she is fine and will catch up with him, then begins swimming back toward the building. She finds herself on the 10th floor, where she hears the voice of one of her neighbors trapped inside the elevator. Anna tries to open the elevator door to rescue her, but a massive wave suddenly hits, submerging her completely. At that moment, she recalls the day her car sank. She had been trying to open the car door and check on her husband and son. Her husband tells her he is fine, unbuckles their son, and begins removing papers from the car, but his body gets stuck and he cannot move. Anna has no choice but to leave her husband and take her son out of the water before he drowns. Anna emerges from her memories and surfaces, realizing she has moved away from the elevator and reached the 18th floor. She collapses emotionally, having failed to save her neighbor. Joe arrives at that moment and tells her to hurry because her son's condition is worsening. Anna runs to him and discovers that Gene is having a severe diabetic episode. Joe asks about his medication, and she tells him that the bag is lost. Anna quickly takes her son and enters the first apartment she finds. She apologizes to the elderly man who owns the apartment, places her son on the floor, opens the fridge, takes juice, adds sugar, and begins feeding him to stabilize his condition. At that moment, Anna recalls a memory with the project director, Hyun. Anna had considered abandoning her son after her husband's death, feeling she could not be a responsible mother. But Hyun advised her not to rush and explained that the lab would take her son, just as Hyun had taken her daughter, Eugene. It becomes clear that Anna and Hyun had created their children themselves, and Gene and Eugene were the first real experiment of the human emotion system they developed. Hyun admits her regret, as neither had expected to become so attached to their children. Anna snaps back from her memory to hear Gene regaining consciousness, but he tells her he couldn't control himself and urinated on his clothes. Anna goes to wash his clothes and is surprised to see the sun has come out and the storm has ended. But Joe tells her it is only a temporary lull, and the storm could return at any moment. Joe then reveals the truth he had been hiding. The lab will take her son as soon as she arrives. He admits that he is one of the children whose mothers abandoned them, which made him hate human nature. He wanted to see her reaction when she learns that her son will be taken from her. Anna is deeply affected but hides her emotions and remains silent. At that moment, the storm returns, and they rush to take Gene and leave the apartment. While ascending the stairs, Anna sees a man sitting on the floor with his pregnant wife showing signs of labor. The man asks Anna for help, but Joe tells her there's no time, and they must leave immediately. Anna apologizes and continues up the stairs. Gene asks why the woman is in pain, and Anna explains that she is about to give birth. He asks if she felt the same pain when he was born. Anna is deeply moved, lets Gene down from her back, and collapses crying without answering. Joe tells her that there is only one floor left to reach the roof, but Anna is emotionally overwhelmed and insists she cannot leave her son. Joe reassures her that he will help her keep him. They ascend quickly to the final floor, where they encounter the lab team led by a man named Kim. Kim takes over from Joe and informs Anna that he will take her son, whom they call the new Human 77, while she continues her work developing the human emotion system. Anna collapses as soldiers take her son. She tries to stop them but fails. She runs after Joe, asking for help as he promised, but he shocks her by admitting he tricked her. He tells her that Hyun did not die but took her daughter and escaped, showing her commitment to her child. Unlike Anna, who agreed to come despite knowing her son might be taken. Joe leaves, and Anna breaks down watching the soldiers inject her son with sedatives and begin shaving his head to prepare for opening his skull. She runs to Kim, begging him to release her son, but he refuses, telling her that she succeeded in the model she created, referring to Jean, and confirms that the lab will use him to create more models like him. He reminds her that this is exactly what she had said when she first created him. Suddenly, Anna hears gunfire behind her. She turns to see the soldiers killing Joe. Kim tells her that everyone will die here, and she is the only one allowed to leave. Anna returns to her son, holds him, and says goodbye in utter despair, then heads toward the airplane in shock. When she boards the plane, 2 soldiers arrive carrying Jin's brain after extracting it from his body. Afterwards, Anna is shown inside a spaceship with the lab team orbiting Earth. She is contacted by a man named Sue, who tells her he is responsible for the mission and informs her that thousands of meteor fragments will hit Earth in 15 minutes, ending most life on the planet. To prevent the complete extinction of humanity, the laboratory launched 7 spacecraft from different locations around the world. On board these ships were the last survivors of the human race. For this reason, they were headed to a facility known as Isabella Lab, where human bodies could be recreated. Sue informs her that she is the only person capable of implanting human emotions into these bodies. He explains that this time the plan is not limited to creating children only. It involves creating a mother and her child together to ensure the acceleration of human reproduction. This new human species must also be developed to survive in the post-Great Flood world. However, Anna objects, insisting that humanity must understand the instinct to survive, and to achieve this, the maternal instinct must be implanted first. Since the child has already been created, the mother will undergo the experiment. Anna explains her plan. The child will be hidden from the mother, forcing her to face harsh obstacles while searching for him. If she fails to find him, the experiment will restart from scratch, and the mother will try again. If she succeeds in finding her child, the experiment is considered successful. Sue responds that if the mother fails to find her child, it would mean the complete extinction of humanity. Before Anna can respond, the ship in front of them is destroyed, and its debris heads toward them, piercing their own ship. The scene then shifts to another time, where Anna wakes up to the sound of Jean, who tells her that the apartment has turned into a swimming pool. We notice that the shirt Anna is wearing bears the number 491. Anna rises, confused and astonished by what is happening. At that moment, she receives a call from Joe, who tells her that he is responsible for her protection and rescue. During the call, Jean tries to show her the drawing he made, but she yells at him and pushes him away because she cannot continue the call. Joe asks her to go to the rooftop until he reaches her and emphasizes that she must take her son with her. Anna then recalls what Hyan told her, that the laboratory wants to take her son from her. She ends the call with Joe, retrieves Jin's medicine, and places it in a small bag. She then begins searching for him until she finds him hiding inside the wardrobe, upset with her. She tells him that this is not the time to be angry and reminds him that he must stay by her side and follow her instructions. She carries him on her back and rushes out of the apartment. At that moment, she sees Joe in the opposite building calling out to her. She runs quickly, trying to hide from him, but the storm intensifies, and a massive wave floods the entire area. Anna swims while carrying her son until she reaches the water's surface and helps Jean return to the building. As soon as she climbs behind him, she is shocked to see that her son has left her and wandered off. She tries to catch up, but another wave hits the area, and she sees Jean in the water, about to drown. Anna jumps immediately to save him, but the medicine bag is lost. When she looks up again, she realizes Jean has disappeared. At that moment, she recalls scenes of herself on the plane, holding her son's swimming goggles. She puts her hand in her pocket and is surprised to find the goggles still with her. Then Anna loses consciousness. We then see her as Joe tries to revive her, and astonishingly, the number on her shirt has changed to 787. Once Anna regains consciousness, she moves away from Joe and rushes to search for her son. But Joe stops her and shows her a photo on his phone of Jean walking among people, trying to climb the stairs to reach the rooftop. Joe tries to reassure her, telling her that the security team will search for Jean until they find him. However, Anna completely ignores his words, insisting on finding her son herself. Joe grabs her, trying to take her by force to the rooftop, so she snatches his gun and points it at him, asking about her son's whereabouts. Before he can answer, the gas pipes explode again, and Anna nearly falls into the water, but Joe catches her at the last moment. The number on her shirt changes again to 1931. Joe reassures her that he doesn't know where her son is, but she doesn't believe him. She leaves him and jumps into the water, then returns to the building, finding herself on the 10th floor. She heads to the elevator, knocks on the door, and asks if anyone is inside. A little girl named G responds. Anna asks her how she knew she was trapped there. Anna is astonished because she herself doesn't know how she realized it, but she ignores the matter. Anna dives underwater and tries to open the elevator door, but she suddenly suffers a heart attack and dies. Later, we see her return to life and knock on the elevator door, telling G that she will go get something to open the door and then return. Here, we notice that the number on the shirt has changed to 47. Anna goes to get a piece of wood and manages to open the elevator door, rescuing the girl, G. She then takes her to a nearby apartment to change her wet clothes, reassures her, and tells her that her grandfather is fine and currently in his apartment. G is surprised and asks how she knew she was heading to her grandfather, which astonishes Anna even more. She admits that she doesn't know how she knew. Even stranger, Anna tells G that she will die soon and describes her son Gene, asking her that if she sees him, to tell him that his mother was searching for him. G tells her that while she was trapped in the elevator, she heard two young men talking to a child, asking about his mother and if he knew the apartment door code, and also tells her that they went up to the upper floor. Anna thanks her and immediately heads upstairs to search for her son. There, she sees two young men coming out of an apartment after robbing it, and when they spot her, they try to get rid of her. Suddenly, the apartment door opens, and Joe appears with the girl G. Without hesitation, Joe attacks the two men, throws one into the water, grabs the other, and tortures him to find out where Gene is. The young man tells him that the child he's looking for left them and ran away, so Joe throws him into the water as well. He then informs Anna that no one has kidnapped her son, that Gene hid somewhere, and asks if she knows possible hiding places. She tells him she doesn't. Joe is surprised by her answer, then leaves. At that moment, Anna sees a scene from the past in the adjacent room, when she was giving her son juice to save him from a sugar attack. She goes back to G and tells her that she will leave and tries to convince her to come with her and leave her grandfather and grandmother. But G refuses and insists on staying with them. The grandmother gives Anna a bottle of juice and tells her it's for her son. Anna is surprised and asks how she knew that her son has diabetes, but she takes the bottle and leaves. She finds Joe in front of her, reassuring her that the security team has arrived at the building and will search for Gene until they find him. Anna recalls the scene when soldiers injected her son Gene in the past, so she argues that she must find him herself to give him the juice before a sugar attack hits him. Joe follows her, telling her he doesn't believe her and confronts her that her son left of his own will, asking why a child would do that. Anna breaks down and tells him that this is the reason she is determined to find him, admitting that she failed in previous attempts. Here we understand that everything happening is the experiment Anna described to the mission leader when she was on the spaceship, where she said she would make the mother search for her son amidst many obstacles. It becomes clear that the number changing on her shirt represents the attempt number Anna is making to find her son. Anna begs Joe to search for Gene with her and tells him that she has checked most apartments, with only a few left. She suggests that he search the odd-numbered apartments while she searches the even-numbered ones. Joe agrees to help, despite being surprised that he obeyed her instructions. Anna continues searching, and the number on her shirt changes to 7993. She reaches the 28th floor, where she hears the voice of the pregnant woman she had seen before, but this time she has given birth. Anna approaches her to help and is deeply moved when she sees her happily holding her child. Her emotions grow when the woman's husband arrives quickly, carrying water to help, and rejoices at seeing his wife has given birth. The wife tells him that she dreamt of the storm that would occur on the day of her childbirth. Anna then recalls that Gene had told her he saw a dream and drew what he saw, wanting to show her the drawing, but she was busy on a call and refused to look. She also remembers he told her he sent the drawing to her phone. She takes her phone and searches through the photos until she finds the drawing and is shocked to see that Gene drew her face with a helicopter behind her, the same scene she left him in before she boarded the plane. She is even more shocked when she discovers that Gene sent multiple copies of the same drawing. Anna remembers the moment when Gene was hiding inside the closet in their apartment, when he told her she had been lying to him for some time. She rushes to the apartment and opens the closet hoping to find Gene, but soldiers attack and sedate her. When she wakes up, she is under the influence of the drug and sees Joe in front of her, telling her they will wake her completely once they find her son, and that he must now take her to the rooftop to continue his mission. Anna warns him that they are deceiving him, and that once they reach the rooftop, they will kill him. Joe recalls his previous gunshot injury, begins to suspect, and decides to attack the soldiers and eliminate them. The last soldier grabs him trying to kill him, so Anna helps by shooting and killing the soldier. Joe then injects her with a substance that fully restores her consciousness. Anna sits with Joe and tells him everything, explaining that after she left Jean the first time, he disappeared every time afterward, and this dialogue between them repeated thousands of times. Joe recalls scenes from previous attempts when he fought with Anna against the security team. Anna continues and tells him that Jean knew everything from the beginning, which is why he disappeared, because he didn't want his mother to abandon him again. She says that when Jean gets angry or scared, he hides inside the closet, and every time she tried to reach him, the security team prevented her, just as they did the first time when they took Jean from her. Anna adds that even if she manages to find her son, he might not want to see her because he believes she abandoned him when she left him for the lab soldiers. Joe responds that this is not true, and that Jean disappearing thousands of times doesn't mean he hates his mother, but that he was waiting for her to find him. Joe encourages her to continue searching until she reaches him. We then move to attempt number 21,499, where we see Anna fighting the security team underwater, defeating them, and quickly rising to the rooftop. She finds a closed closet, opens it, and finds Jean unconscious inside. She quickly gives him juice but is surprised that he doesn't regain consciousness. She sits beside him crying, apologizing because he felt she abandoned him. Jean wakes up and tells her she didn't abandon him, reminding her that she was the one who asked him to hide inside the closet and wait for her. Anna remembers the first time she bid farewell to Jean, when she approached him and told him that there was a closet on the rooftop behind her, asking him to hide inside until she returned. At that moment, we understand that everything that happened was Anna's trick against the entire lab, allowing her to stay with Jean as long as possible during the experiment until she eliminates all the lab members. To understand why Anna entered the experiment herself, we go back to the moment when debris from the spaceship pierced her own ship, injuring her in the abdomen. She then asked the mission leader to have her play the role of the mother searching for her child, to implant the maternal instinct within the new human species through the experiment. She was placed on the machines, and her memory data was extracted and merged with Jin's memory data that had previously been taken from his brain. During her attempts inside the experiment, she forgot her agreement with Jean until he reminded her of everything that happened. At that moment, the lab soldiers arrive. Anna takes the swimming goggles from her pocket and gives them to her son, asking him to wear them and jump into the water. At the same time, she attacks the soldiers, preventing them from taking her son, and tells him to jump quickly, assuring him she will jump after him. Jean follows her instructions and jumps, and at that moment the lab server malfunctions, stopping the entire experiment. This allows Anna to overcome the lab program and free herself from the experiment. She jumps into the water and swims to her son. The towering waves approach them, and Anna reminds Jean of the diving exercises he practiced, telling him they will dive together underwater. The massive wave engulfs them, ending the life of her son, herself, and the entire human race. The film ends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and you can suggest any series or movies you want summarized in the comments.